Hey everybody, hi everybody, low everybody, hello, hell and low, high five everybody. So we are listening to the group America, and it says, only in your heart, and it opens with the line, hello Mary. So, Mary at Jesus at Mary's breast, MaryCANNA, Juana. Yes, Spanish influence. But now, because we want to drink and become God intoxicated, we want to be under the influence of God. Wake up, Lazarus, you drunkards, wake up. This whole thing is about a wake-up call. Basically everyone's asleep, and they all want to sleep in a little bit more. If everyone had the day off, they would. Me, hey, every day I'm like up, oh great, I get my tea, I got my cannabis, I got my Torah, I got my Bible, I got King David, King Solomon, and that's the way I start every day. Like, who doesn't want to work out with King David and King Solomon in front of the great assembly offering the aroma? Oh yes, speaking of that, I want to go, yes, we'll do it because I said it. If I say something, I got to do it. So number 16, we're going to flip. Number 16, and we're going to flip to Exodus and Numbers 16. Because we have to look at, the whole point of this project was the atonement offering. And what is forgiveness? And what is atonement? And what is this whole forgetting mechanism? So if you created a bunch of errors, and you're like, Coach, can you just forget it? Forgive me? He's like, well, if you'd stop doing it and pay attention, I'd love to do that for you. That's why we're reminded every day in our heads, because we breathe and we always have that coach in our head saying, hey, don't do that. Or let's do this. Let's do that. And you're like, okay, that sounds like a good idea. So, the rebellion in the wilderness is number 16. Korah versus Moses. And then they start to get jealous because Moses starts to actually speak for God. And they're like, well, why are you speaking? So in verse 26, because I want to do it in this video, Hashem responds. And he spoke to Moses saying, separate yourselves. Okay, that is why I'm separated from the world and my family, because I'm supposed to shun the wicked side or the not so good side. And I love righteousness. So literally there is a fine line that goes right down the light and dark side. It's a veil. And in that 2 Corinthians, the veil that Moses had, well, nobody could really understand the voice, and only Moses could understand the language. That's why I actually understand God's language, but I can actually translate it correctly now into fundamental theories like Coach Carter. If anybody's seen the movie Coach Carter, they were a losing team. The next year they got great. They got a new coach. Coach said study. They went away and they won the first tournament. They partied with the home team. They were all in the jacuzzi with the women and the hot and the steam and everything. It's getting kind of hot in there. And at that point, the coach went looking for them, couldn't find them, found them, brought them on the bus and took them home. But worst of all, when he found out that they weren't studying and everybody was failing, he locked them out of the gym. Would you like to get locked out of the gym if you love to play basketball and you were on a roll and you had a big game coming up? No. Flip it to, if you don't study the Torah, you could possibly get locked out of heaven because you don't smell good enough. You can do all the things in the world great. You can be the greatest Christian, but if you don't bring an offering to serve God in the temple, then you're not obeying the 10 Commandments. Baruch Hashem, will be right back with more of number 16, 46.